Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the NiceHCK NX7 MK4, so that's quite a few words. Now I did try the Mark 1 a few years ago now, maybe 3 or 4 years, and I remember it being a very bright tune set and quite harder to drive. Now this is meant to be quite different to that, with different kind of tuning and easier to drive, so it's quite the opposite really. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank NiceHCK for sending it to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And again, obviously it's a multi-driver hybrid, that's why it's got 7 in the name. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's see what you get in the box. So it says a stunning work of heritage and breakthrough. Obviously that's what it looks like. Obviously we get to look there in a bit. 7 drivers per side, and nothing really on the sides. Mine should use the 3.5 plug. So, looks very straightforward. 0.782 minutes. It's got tuning filters. I think it's got 3, which we'll find out. 4th gen, so hopefully the best. 39 ohm impedance, so a little bit higher than normal, but nothing obviously out of the ordinary. You can see the sensitivity changes slightly. 110, 12, 13, and obviously what it includes. So, a 10 million beryllium plated DD. 4 balanced armatures and 7 layers PZT driver, so 4, 5, is that 6 maybe? We'll find out. Unless they include the driver as the dynamic as kind of 2 drivers. So there's this kind of material, looks, I like that, pretty different. So yeah, that's quite nice packaging. So let's see if we can let's pop this out. Have a look at that in a sec. Bit of documentation in here. Let's see, quite a nice case, pretty good size. Seems to have a good build. Bunch of different tips. This, not quite sure what that's for. So looks like 1 set of tips. There's the other filters up there. Let's just get this out. I think they do make a noticeable difference, so I'm quite curious to that. Obviously a bit of a pain to graph, so quite a few different tips there. Put that there, so yeah, quite a few. And let's get these, I'll try and get these out. Let's just get one out. So protective cover on the back. I like the finish. You can see it's chock full of drivers. That's a better look. So that's the PZD driver, I think, on there. So yeah, and the cable looks, I think it's 3.5. Yeah, so obviously they NiceHCK make a lot of different cables. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's got enough accessories for the price point. They haven't been really, some companies cut a few corners, but at least everything's here. Good enough case, good size, plenty of tips. Seems to be a good cable. The shell of these doesn't look too bad. Plus it doesn't have that funny bit that sticks out the ear there. So yeah, quite curious to these, see what they're like. Obviously I graphed all of them with the different nozzles, which is a pain in the neck. But anyway, yeah, and yeah, I'll see you in the future, or the next clip for you. So welcome to my review section of the NiceHCK NX7 MK4. Shame I haven't tried the Mark 2 or Mark 3, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So let's talk about like what it comes with. So obviously this is a closer look at the nozzles. So I've got the black ones fitted. So you can see red and gold. When we talk about the same later, these will equate to the graph. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Tips. Obviously I've got some fitted. So the differences, these are pretty decent tips. Is the bore size is slightly wider on these tips than these. So which means basically with the left ones, these dark grey ones, is you get a little bit more bass response, a little bit, and these sound bigger, right? But basically, so that's a bit warmer, smoother, and you get a little bit more. I'd say you get maybe a touch more treble, and I mean it's really small amounts, so just bear that in mind. I think it's just the difference of bore size of the tip, so just bear that in mind. So just choose what tip suits you best. And anyway, that's how it looks like with the cable. So mine's a 3.5. You can get a 4.4 as well. They also have NiceHCK to do a lot of cables. So yeah, this is what it comes with. Can't really fault it. Nice flexible cable, as you can see. how it moves. So Y split. There's a chin slider, if that matters to you. Does the job. And obviously this is what it looks like on the connectors. I really like the finish. It's pretty cool. And they're not very big for how many drivers there is. And that's it. So it's also got the letter on there. So if you take them off, so you can see there are. So that's that. Let's take these off. So yeah, I think even when you buy these, I think from the AliExpress store, you can always bundle. Like you can have the 3.5 you want, and I think the bundle of 4.4 and stuff like that if you really want that. So pound sensitivity, I found these fairly easy to drive, but they do scale. So if you've got a crappy output that's a little bit weak, you'll probably know about it. If you give it a better source, more power, it just sounds cleaner. Again, most of my testing was done by topping E30 and L30 combo, which is way overkill for something like this, but it sounds, I was happy with what it sounds like. So comfort and fit. Let's take this tip off. So I found it really good. See, it's not very big for the size. Plus, sometimes you don't have this thing sticking up, which is like here. So yeah, comfort on this fit was fine. I think it was actually pretty good. Really small for the drivers. They maximised the space, as you can see. So build quality, I'd say seems fine. They've got good channel matching as well. So it's down as a 7 driver. So it's got 4 BAs, which are, here I think. Obviously the DD is classed as 2 drivers. So take that how you will. And then the piezo is on the top. That's that green square. So it depends. 6 drivers, 7 drivers. I think more like it's 6, but it is what it is. But yeah, it seems fine. So timbre on this set, it's pretty good, but I think sometimes you get I think that piezo when it kicks in a bit or when it's more noticeable, it can sound a little bit unnatural. But apart from that, it's actually fine really. Depends on the filters over there, which we'll talk about in a bit. Soundstage and imaging, I think there's actually both okay. Now, sometimes the stage was a bit odd. Sometimes it didn't really feel that big, but then sometimes you feel sound further out. Which I guess the piezos kind of do because that does more upper treble. But yeah, soundstage was okay really. It didn't. I was probably maybe expecting more for what's in here, but it's actually okay really. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, not a bad set. So nozzles, I'll just screw one off before I carry on. That's it. Just screw it off. You can see. That's the BAs just in there. You can see right there and there. Not quite sure which direction they're facing. And that's it. Easy swap. So, sound, because this is where these are a bit different. Let's move this stuff out of the way. Now, as you can see, 3 different tunings. They all do make a difference. So black, gold and red, as you can see on the bottom left. Now personally, you can probably guess I prefer black. Now for electronic music, I found these quite easy to listen to, and it's one of those ones where you want to keep turning it up. So that's about just be careful of that. So bass on the whole is elevated. Obviously with the red one, the red nozzle, it's the least. It sounds the thinnest. With the black, which I prefer. I think a lot of people prefer the gold one, which is the mid-rate, the mid-level tuning really. I prefer the black. I don't mind the gold either, but for electronic, I like the black one. Negatives, it does bleed a little bit from the mid-range. Touch muddy, I mean like a little bit. Really easy to listen to. They're not bass monsters, but they're certainly up there with bass. Performance for the DD seems pretty good. I don't think it's the best I've heard as like a hybrid. But yeah, the DD, the view seems to be fine. Mid-range, super easy to listen to, fairly detailed. Vocals on this set are really good. They didn't really seem forward, they just seemed normal, is the best way of saying it. Male vocals seem quite thick. Quite an easy set to listen to, really. And obviously, yeah, you have to be careful which way you pick. So if you pick gold, more mid-forward, and then if you pick the red, overly forward and fatiguing, So the red filter, red nozzle, is not what I'd pick. Now treble, as you can see, it's very different. Again, black is my preference. Gold, I think, is the best for most folks. And with the red, you get the sibilants and you get the peaks, as you can see, where you don't want them. And just under 4K and the 2K, I don't really recommend the red nozzle. I don't know why they should include that. It should just be black and gold, really, in my opinion. Obviously, you can see like that 15K peak. I think that's the piezo, giving you a bit of spice further up. But yeah, the treble technical performance, technicalities actually seems fine. Obviously, it's more noticeable on the brighter ones because it's just more forward. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed my time with this set. Like I said, I prefer the black one, the black nozzle, because it's just the easiest to listen to. And I didn't really see like the 8K peak. I think there's something there, but I didn't really notice it really. Again, gold is probably the best middle ground for this set. Red, it seems kind of pointless. It's too sharp, and it's obviously got the dreaded sibilants. But on the whole, not a bad set really. I like my time with them. And that's it. In conclusion, what do I think? By the way, these are $100, which is probably a little bit more than I like. But overall, you get good tips, good accessories like the case. You get obviously 3 different nozzles to use. Good tips. Cable's good. Case is good. Build quality is good. Good channel matching. Good fit. Good comfort. Negatives really is sometimes the DD seems I don't know, like sometimes it might not be able to keep up because the other drivers are technically fast, like the piezo and the BAs. Sometimes it sounds unnatural again from that PA, and the red one's too harsh in my opinion. You can see, have a closer look. But yeah, on the whole set, I like them. Good quality sound really. I don't know who makes the drivers they use, the BAs, but I like it. Again, black or gold is probably the best way to do it. Gold seems to cover a lot of music genres really well. So they should cover what, obviously everybody listens to different stuff. But yeah, on the whole, I like the set. Around $100. And yeah, overall, good package. Not perfect, but not bad at all. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So as usual, I'll say, if you think I missed anything or you want to know anything else, please do let me know below. Thanks for watching, take care, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.